But that's the size that I usually stop, and that's for the males. Hey guys, welcome back. Tish from Python Spawn. New year, new topic. So we did have that interesting egg cutting. Now we're gonna go into something completely different. Come on in. Okay, so this week, guys, I actually want to talk about something I haven't talked about before on my channel. Well, I've dabbed onto it, and I said I was going to do a video. I did dab onto it a little bit. Is that, what are you looking at me like that? Is that a word? Is that not a word? Whatever. We talked about it from time to time, but I never fully did a video on it. So this week's video is pros and cons of breeding your own rodents. Yeah. There's a lot of cons, just to let you know, but the pros are good too. And we're gonna get right into it. So what should we do first? Pros or cons? Vinny?
Go for the cons.
The cons? All right, get the bad stuff out the way. So, the cons. The smell. The smell is so bad. Why are you looking like that? It's not that bad. You get used to it after a while, whatever. It's bad. So the difference between the three types of rodents that, well, I only breed two types of rodents, but the three types of rodents: rats, mice, and ASFs. As you guys know, rats smell bad, really, really bad. But mice smell, in my opinion, worse. And ASFs don't have a goddamn smell. Sorry, you're gonna have to edit that one out. They don't have a smell. I know it's weird, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, is that for real?" Yes, it's for real. I know a lot of people that breed ASFs, and they do it in their house, or they do it in their garage, or they'll do it in their apartment, and there's no smell, which is going to be another video very soon. But right now, I have just rats and ASFs. So I have two areas for ASFs. So ASF, the rest are rats, except that guy, that's a bunny. And then these are not grow outs, they're food. So anything that I put in there is gonna be fed out. Another con is, you have to buy rodent food. So with this many bins, I only have 18 in here. You see where the food goes, you fill it up to the top. So for these 18 bins, it's roughly a bag and a half a week. And a bag of food is about $25, $20 to $25 with tax. And that's not including if you end up shipping. So if you have it shipped to you, it's a little bit cheaper. If you do it in bulk, like a bunch of like a pallet full or a couple pallets full. Another really annoying one is bedding. So a lot of people like to do the pellets on the bottom and the pine on the top, or aspen, or whatever bedding you decide. I do pine shavings. It's a really clean one that I get from our local feed store, and it does the job. I also use it from time to time. I use the pine bedding from Tractor Supply, so I go there for like secondary stuff, so including food and bedding. That is one of the biggest things. Now, what's annoying, obviously the work. That's another con. The work that it takes to do this. So I have to clean this weekly. I used to have to clean it twice a week when I had them in different bins. And they had their own like water bottles and everything. Water bottles suck. So yes, the cleaning takes a lot of time. It's the most important part because you want your feeders to be nice and healthy. So you want to make sure that they get food, the proper food. They have to be clean, the bedding, everything is proper. So these are a lot of cons, yes. But, oh yeah, thank you, Vinny. Hi, Grayson. Sorry, my son just came in. He wants water.
Mommy, can I come in?
Sure. Stand over there. Sorry about that. Grayson. So it's my first time I've had Grayson on the channel. Sorry, buddy. He usually stays inside. But what were we saying? Dust. So yes, one of the biggest things in here as well is the dust. The dust is incredibly annoying. I just dusted all this stuff yesterday and it's already dusty. I dust at least twice, maybe 3 times a day. I'm dusting all of the tops of the cages. It's very annoying. So those are the biggest cons of your own breeding your own rodents. Pros. So the pros. So I'm gonna just start opening bins. Yes, I do keep everything secure because you never know. So the pros, I have feeders on demand. Now, do I produce all of the feeders by myself? Can I support all of my animals with just the feeders that I have? No. So I can do everything from hatchlings to the adult males because they stop around weaned, and every 2 weeks.
Mommy.
It's fun, buddy. Every 2 weeks, it's I can produce for the females, but not every week. I can pretty much only do, let's see, what I have on hand all the time are like weans or pups, or that's a weaned, but that's the size that I usually stop, and that's for the males, up to the males, and obviously some of my smaller females. The ASFs I can provide, let's not bother them. I can provide up to this size. That's a little hopper.
Cool, it's a baby hopper.
Grayson, you have to be quiet, buddy.
Mommy, I told you it's a baby hopper. It's baby.
So this size, that goes to the hatchlings, and then you can have the babies like this, which are pups.
It's like a baby.
Sorry, my son is still talking. This is why he doesn't come in when we film. But yes, those are the pups. And then of course you have these that I feed the sand boas. So I feed the pinkies to the sand boas.
Mommy, those are
They are very cute. They are very cute, buddy. But what happens when we film, you have to be quiet when we film, right?
yeah, I don't like them.
Okay, but you have to be quiet, okay?
You see them?
Yes, and then you can see them. And some more of those size. Those are like the main size that I'll go up to. It's a little rare that I can go higher, like I said, every 2 weeks. But I do find myself, this is about what I would starting to feed my adult females. That's about a small. And those will go to my adult females, but I won't have enough. So weekly I do go to a local rodent breeder, and he provides me with the rest for the adults. Other than that, the other big pro is that you know where your animals are coming from. So you know that they're healthy, you know what you're feeding them, you know the water that you're giving them, you know the system that's going on, you know the cleanliness. So that's a huge, sorry, it's still my son, a huge pro. Saves money. So instead of buying for all of my animals, I am just buying for the adults. So instead of a $400 bill a week, I'm down to about $100 just for my adults. And that's including the ones in here and the ones in quarantine.
Mommy,
That's like one of the biggest pros. One of the biggest pros is knowing what you have. So knowing what you have, you know exactly what you can feed, you know what you can't feed, you know what you have to go out and get. So it just makes the whole experience better. Now breeding is not for everybody. It's not. You need the space. I wish I had a different shed. I've talked about that a million times. You need the right, you need like the most, you need a supplier for food, a supplier for bedding, and it has to be in bulk because then you're losing out on money. You need to get, I mean, you could build racks. You don't have to have them like me. If you guys have seen my earlier videos, they were just the cement tubs on racks, on homemade racks of wood. And hi, buddy. And you can do a whole bunch of those for fairly cheap. But again, it has to be, you know, you have to have the space for it because you don't want these guys breeding in your house. They do smell really bad. I started them in my basement, but now they're in the shed. Not enough space in the basement anymore. There's too many. Yeah. So for the most part, for somebody that's a low scale breeder or beginning to breed, breeding your own rodents actually might work temporarily. But if you're gonna get more, you're gonna have to buy more rodents or you're gonna have to expand your rodents. And believe me, it's a lot of work and a lot of money. So for me, this is good for me. This is what I can maintain. I can't maintain pretty much any more than this, except for starting another ASF colony and having that a smaller colony, like a separate rack for another colony. So, which is gonna be in another video very soon. So yeah, that's my opinion on the pros and cons of breeding your own rodents. Now, if you guys have anything that you want to ask me or anything like that, like there's been a lot of bumps in the road since I started this, especially with the rodents. So there's the temperatures and what happens in the summer, what happens in the winter. It's a lot of work, guys, but for me, it's worth it. Now you just have to figure out if it's worth it for you. All right, so that was our video this week. I know it's a lot of me talking, and I know I'm kind of annoying, and then we had the little guy come in. But for the most part, if breeding your own rodents is something that you think that you can do and you can make work, then do it. Is it a lot of work? It can be. But I actually kind of enjoy it. Right, buddy?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our video for this week, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Rats, we're rats, we're the rats. We play at night, we stalk at night, we're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.